Hey everybody, I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN, joined by my fellow Hitman Go addict, Mitch Dyer.
Game's real hard.
It's really good.
But really good.
This game...
One of my favorite iOS games ever.
That's exactly the point I wanted to get to, Mitch. I confess, Mitch, I don't like... or I haven't traditionally liked mobile games.
You're not a mobile gamer?
I'm not. There's just something about them. It's like they're intentionally designed to simply waste time,
right.
Not to actually say or do anything.
Or to say anything of substance,
but
yeah.
This game, Hitman Go, it was clearly designed by hardcore gamers whose bosses told them, we want to grow the Hitman IP onto mobile devices. We trust you to come up with a cool way to do that. And oh my God, they did.
Yeah, they do it without sacrificing like what makes Hitman cool. It has, obviously, you can see here. It's
and
this is the PlayStation 4 version.
Right, that's what I was just going to say. I'm getting
it.
ahead of myself. Yeah, that's why we're looking at this. It's already out on any mobile
it's old
platform
news on
you
iPhone,
want.
but
yeah, so they're porting it to PS4. So if you haven't checked it out on a mobile device, now may be the time.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is actually the first time I'm ever seeing this on a big screen, which is nice because I'm so used to have my iPad and it looks really nice. Yeah. And here it's, like, huge, and it goes to show, like, the clarity in which they accomplish everything that makes Hitman's aesthetic what it is. And not just because, you know, it maintains the systems of Hitman really well, but also has this cool new visual style of tabletop games. It's got everyone is a little piece. It's obviously, like, very minimal animations. And when somebody dies like that, they just go away. They fly away. But it feels like a Hitman game in that it is all about stealth. It is all about doing things quickly and efficiently. It is about taking down the right guys at the right time and being aware of your environment. All of that stuff really, really matters.
There's virtually nothing I don't like about this game. So first of all, there are at least 5 or 6 they're groups of levels that they're each their own sort of board game, right? Their own
with different
set.
themes. Like this one is obviously like a lot of like cardinal, bishopy, Catholic kind of stuff.
And what's brilliant about this game is each new board, each new group of levels builds on the skills you learned in the last one.
And not only that, but introduces new systems that are completely distinct from previous boards.
Yes. So here, I think we were saying we think this was the second board, if we remember right. And so here you're learning, okay, there are guys that move around in patterns. Then there's these guys in blue, the big, bald, bouncer-looking guys that that don't move. You've got to figure out. But like for instance, you know, if you were to go whack the one closest to the bottom of the screen, the other one's going to get you because he's right there.
Right. So you need to memorize patrol patterns and figure out like, okay, if I'm going to move, okay, see he's boned now. I think he's going to die.
Let's see.
Oh, got him. Because he went for the briefcase, and that's the kind of bonus objective. Is every time you complete a level in a certain number of turns, you finish it at all, or you collect a briefcase, you earn a different like Hitman token, and that kind of contributes to your progress. When you earn a certain amount of those, you unlock new boards, which gives you new levels, which gives you access to new systems, like Disguises, or the dog was a really cool one.
Yeah, and it's so I love the progression of the systems that happens. I love the visual aesthetic. I have to say, not that it should stop you from playing the game, I don't think this looks quite as nice on a big television on console as it does sort of as it was designed for a
they didn't do any
device.
Sort of like HDification of this. It's very much like, hey, here's a mobile game, and we blew it up. Here's the like, you know, the textures are really low, but I think just in terms of the presentation of it all, it still works. Right, like your camera's really far back. It's meant to be a very simple, very minimalist aesthetic, with sort of like, you know, mundane table with the board and the characters being the things that pop.
I totally got hooked on going back to try and get all 3 stars on each level.
So hard.
Some of them are just maddening. I mean, there were
some
times
of them I literally
in this game,
don't understand how to do it half the time.
There were times in this where I had to walk away and come back later. It's actually, I will say, Lara Croft Go, which is the the similar game, but in the Lara Croft universe, which they haven't announced for PS4, but I'm sure it's got to be coming.
They'd be crazy not to put these games on PC, right?
You would think so, but Lara Croft Go starts out easier, but ends up harder.
It's real tough.
They're both so good, but it's. So you can see here we're just rolling through, and then each level, each board is between like 12 and 15 individual missions.
Yeah.
So
sort of increasingly difficult, adding new systems. Like here you see the knife guy. I don't think we saw him last time.
You whack him. There we go.
But if he turns and sees you, like if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, then he will immediately turn, see you, and kill you.
Yeah, you're done.
But if you attack him first, then you're good to go.
Yeah, that guy on patrol now, you got to go. So you got to go that way. See, what are you going to do? You got the key. Okay.
There's a lot of bouncing back and forth like this. And I mean, you can bounce back and forth like this basically forever. There's no reason for you to... Oh, he's dead.
Do it.
He's dead. There's no reason not to just kind of like muck about until you're like, oh, okay, he's in the exact position, now I can go get it, except that one of the tokens is typically associated with doing it in a certain number of turns.
Yes, that's
complete a level in 10 turns.
The popular secondary objectives in the
game.
And
a lot of the time that means you have to go back and replay it, namely because a lot of the time you can't get the briefcase and do that turn-based objective in the same run.
Yeah, so we've got about 3 more minutes of this to go through, and I gotta say, it's fun because we can goof on this video because it was Brian Malkowitz, one of our video guys.
Classic Malkowitz.
You and I are just watching his playthrough here, explaining the context of the
whatever.
game.
I've played through this game, and I'm still like, how do I get the briefcase? No, that's not going to work. Oh, he's dead.
And it is board, too. We remembered correctly
God, we're
there.
so good.
But, yeah, it's... I've never seen a game... I've never seen a franchise apply its best features to a complete other paradigm as well as Hitman Go applies Hitman to this mobile-friendly board game space. Like, so
I was actually just going to start talking about the stuff that we loaded into here, which is like environmental disguises. You pop into a plant, now you're totally safe.
Thank you.
And you
see the rifle up there,
and now the rifle, right? Like becoming the Hitman Sniper Man. And I think you can get a 2-for-1 here.
You totally can. Let's see if he does it. Nope. I
don't think he's going to get it. I think if he had gone for it, he might have been okay.
He's going to miss it. But just go ahead and pop that guy.
He's going to get totally caught because I'm pretty sure that creates
pop that guy. And see, you can only shoot where the target the target appears there.
Dude, you can punch him. You can get the briefcase, I believe. Go out.
And it's funny, Mitch, sometimes the secondary objective is to get through it without killing anyone.
Yes.
Sometimes it's to kill everyone.
Everybody. Yeah.
And those can be super fun,
And some of those require you to do, like, if there are 2 enemies on the board and the objective is kill everyone and you have to kill them in one shot or something, like, you have to pay attention to your moves and the patterns and stuff like that. This game is just really clever, super smart,
taking a look at
huge.
all the boards.
There we go. Yeah, there's the airport expansion, and then there's an expansion I've never seen in my life.
This is everything that's on order for this game.
I've never seen that expansion before. This one here.
Yeah,
the St. Petersburg Stakeout.
That I think is new because there were a couple of free expansions that were added to the
mobile
version.
The airport was the first free one, which is great. God, I hope Lara Croft Go gets free DLC.
Me too. All right, we'll wrap it up there. So look for this hitting your PS4. You can play it with just the thumbstick.
Nice.
You don't even need any other buttons. For much more on Hitman Go, which we super highly recommend you play on any platform, keep it tuned right here to IGN.